Let's explore with Animal Prime. This is an educational wildlife documentary, and today we open with one of the most astonishing talents in the natural world, mountain goat climbing, a phenomenon so extreme, so visually impossible, that it regularly breaks the internet and leaves even professional climbers speechless. Why don't mountain goats fall? Why can a full-grown animal stand confidently on a ledge narrower than a pencil? And what hidden physics allow them to cling to cliffs where even a climbing shoe would slip? These questions have driven millions of searches, countless viral clips, and one of the highest-ranking wildlife queries in the United States: why mountain goats don't fall. Picture the Rocky Mountains at dawn, cold light spreading across rugged stone, shadows stretching down into valleys carved by time. High above the forests, where winds cut like blades and the air thins to a whisper, a white silhouette appears on a vertical wall. A mountain goat stands balanced on a ledge barely 2 centimeters wide. No ropes, no gear, just pure mastery of gravity. This moment captures what viewers search for again and again: mountain goat climbing, an evolutionary miracle that seems to defy physics itself. Today, we're diving into the hidden physics behind mountain goat climbing, exploring what scientists call one of nature's most advanced biomechanical systems. And if you stay until the end, you'll witness the most unbelievable cliff moment ever filmed. A leap and landing so precise that researchers still debate how the goat generated enough stability to survive it. Trust me, this is the kind of cliffside moment that keeps replaying in your mind long after the documentary ends. But first, we begin with the star of the vertical world, the mountain goat, a creature often nicknamed the gravity defier. With its snow-white coat glowing against dark stone, the goat moves with a calm, confident rhythm, almost as if it has memorized every angle of the mountain's face. What makes this possible isn't luck or courage, it's engineering. Inside each hoof lies the core secret, a biological masterpiece often analyzed under the trending search. Goat Hooves Explained. A mountain goat's hoof is a two-part climbing tool. The outer rim, made of hardened keratin, acts like a natural crampon, biting into micro cracks and tiny imperfections on the rock. Inside that rim lies the magic, a soft, flexible traction pad. This pad compresses and molds to the stone beneath it, creating grip through friction the same way a high-end climbing shoe does. Scientists have measured these pads and found that their micro-texture increases friction by an astonishing degree, allowing goats to cling to near vertical granite with unbelievable stability. This is one of the main reasons mountain goat climbing has become such a viral phenomenon. The mechanics simply shouldn't work, yet they do. The goat's skeletal structure adds another layer of brilliance. Their legs are shorter than expected for their body size, which naturally lowers the center of mass. A lower center of mass means greater balance, one of the foundational principles behind mountain goat physics, a keyword climbing in popularity this month. Every time a goat steps onto a ledge, the entire body shifts into a position that maximizes stability. Shoulders lock downward, hind legs angle forward, and the chest leans subtly toward the rock to counteract gravity. Rock climbers pay thousands of dollars to learn techniques that mountain goats are born with. Even more impressive, each step is a micro-calculation. The goat's hooves make tiny adjustments, shifting by millimeters to compensate for surface irregularities or gusts of wind. Slow-motion footage reveals that the hoof pad behaves much like a suction cup, pressing into the stone and generating friction by increasing surface contact area. This is why scientists studying how goats grip cliffs refer to their hooves as dynamic traction systems. They are constantly adapting with every fraction of a second. Their vision plays a crucial role too. Mountain goats have a panoramic field of view, letting them identify tiny ledges and micro pathways long before they climb. When a goat pauses to look at a wall, It's performing the animal equivalent of route reading, a behavior rock climbers call scouting the beta. Once a path is chosen, the goat moves with stunning precision. Watch closely, and you'll notice that they never commit to a step until their hoof has found the perfect angle. The entire sequence, scan, step, press, lift, is executed with mechanical grace. Why climb so high? The answer is survival. Up here, predators like cougars and wolves struggle to follow. The cliffs provide refuge, access to mineral-rich stone, and vantage points where goats can detect danger from a distance. Evolution rewarded those who could climb higher, stand steadier, and master the unforgiving terrain. Over thousands of generations, this landscape sculpted a creature so specialized that mountain goat climbing is now considered one of the most iconic displays of natural adaptation. A mother goat steps onto a narrow ledge, her young kid following close behind. The kid hesitates for a moment, tiny hooves trembling on the cold stone, but instinct takes over. It presses its miniature traction pad against the rock, finds the texture, and pushes upward. Even at just a few days old, the young goat already embodies the physics that make this species nature's most extraordinary climber. This inherited confidence, combined with perfect anatomical tools, creates a world where falling is not the default danger, but an exceptionally rare event. And just as the ridge opens into a sharper incline, the mother makes a move so quick and so precise that it borders on the miraculous, the kind of cliffside maneuver we will break down later, frame by frame. As we leave the towering granite world of the mountain goat behind, the story of mountain goat climbing opens into an even more unbelievable chapter, one where cliffs aren't just steep, they're vertical walls. And standing proudly in this next realm of impossible heights is an animal whose climbing ability has stunned the internet again and again, the Alpine Ibex. If you thought why mountain goats don't fall was a mystery, wait until you witness a creature that climbs man-made structures with the grace of a seasoned athlete and the precision of a machine. This is where the limits of natural engineering stretch into something almost surreal. Imagine approaching the Cingino Dam in northern Italy. Its wall rises like a curved monolith carved by giants, smooth stone blocks stacked into a vertical expanse that seems utterly uninhabitable. Even experienced climbers admit the wall offers almost nothing to stand on. But there, dotted across the dam like flecks of life on sheer stone, the Alpine Ibex begins its ascent, walking diagonally, stepping upward, moving sideways with calm, deliberate confidence. It is the viral footage that made Ibex Climbing Dam one of the highest searched wildlife terms across the United States. And for good reason. No other animal climbs a structure this smooth, this tall, or this unforgiving. The first time you see an ibex cling to that wall, your mind instantly returns to the same question we asked earlier. Why don't mountain goats fall? But the ibex brings an entirely new layer to that question. Where mountain goats master rough cliffs, the ibex conquers vertical stone with ledges barely thicker than a car key. It's mountain goat climbing elevated to an extreme, a living demonstration of biomechanics that rivals even the most advanced human climbing technology. So how do they do it? The answer begins once again with their hooves. Much like mountain goats, the ibex relies on a two-layer hoof system that scientists often describe under the trending topic of goat hooves. But while the mountain goat's hoof is optimized for rugged, broken rock, the ibex hoof is narrower, more pointed, and astonishingly precise. It allows the animal to target micro edges, thin strips of stone no wider than a few centimeters. On the Cingino Dam, these ledges are simply the seams between blocks. Yet the Ibex turns them into perfect footholds. Watch the footage slowly, and you'll notice something extraordinary. Before committing to a step, the Ibex tests the exact angle of the stone with a gentle press. This is part of the instinctive strategy researchers call contact sampling, and it's essential to the physics of how goats grip cliffs. The soft inner pad of the hoof compresses against the rock, increasing friction by molding to micro-textured surfaces invisible to the human eye. Combined with the hardened keratin rim, the hoof becomes a hybrid tool, part suction, part clamp, part climbing shoe. This is mountain goat physics, refined into an art form. But the Ibex doesn't simply rely on gear, it relies on posture. The animal's long hind legs angle beneath its body, pushing upward with controlled power, while its front limbs stabilize each step. Its horns, long and backward curving, act like natural counterweights, helping shift the center of gravity forward or backward as needed. When the Ibex leans toward the rock, the horns help anchor its balance. When it leans away, they prevent the body from tipping. Every movement is a calculation, a perfect interplay of mass, friction, and geometry. As the Ibex climbs higher, the margin for error vanishes. The dam curves outward slightly, which means the animal isn't just climbing, it's resisting gravity in a way even mountain goat experts struggle to explain. This is where the principles behind why mountain goats don't fall collide with the unique mastery of the Ibex. The entire body becomes a stabilizing machine. Spinal muscles tighten, hooves shift by millimeters, and weight adjusts constantly. Imagine holding yourself against a smooth wall with only your fingertips. Yet the Ibex performs this effortlessly, often pausing mid-climb as if enjoying the view. The most astonishing part is that these climbs aren't for sport or survival from predators. They're for minerals. The dam leaks small traces of salt, calcium, and nutrients essential to the Ibex diet. And to reach them, the Ibex performs one of nature's greatest demonstrations of balance. It's pure survival, powered by engineering so perfect it feels almost improbable. To understand the full brilliance of their technique, look at the slow-motion analysis captured by biologists. Every time an Ibex steps, its hoof creates a small compression wave through the traction pad. This wave increases surface contact, generating a frictional force strong enough to hold the animal even when the rock angles outward. In human climbing terms, this would be like sticking to a wall at an angle impossible for any normal shoe. And yet the Ibex does it repeatedly, gracefully, confidently. Even young Ibex learn this art quickly. A mother leads her kid to the base of the dam, encouraging it to test the stone. The kid hesitates, presses its tiny hoof to the wall, and steps upward. With each movement, its confidence grows. This early training becomes the difference between survival and struggle. The Ibex doesn't simply inherit its talent, it practices it from the moment its hooves touch alpine stone. And then, in the most iconic scene ever captured, an Ibex halfway up the dam suddenly shifts sideways onto an edge no wider than a coin. It stretches its neck, leans outward, not inward, toward a mineral deposit glistening on the stone. Its hind legs hold all the weight, its front hooves barely gripping the seam, and for a breathless moment, the animal hangs suspended in a pose that seems to defy every law of mountain goat physics. Climbers who watch this footage frame by frame still argue over the forces involved. How much friction is needed? How does the center of gravity remain stable? And how does the animal know, instinctively, that this move is safe? But the Ibex doesn't question it. It simply moves with absolute trust in its design. Step after step, it ascends higher, reminding us that the vertical world still holds mysteries we can't fully measure. And far beyond the Alps, another climber waits, faster, lighter, and shaped by the blazing cliffs of the desert. Its story reveals yet another stunning layer of how goats grip cliffs, and the evolution of nature's most daring mountaineers. From the icy cliffs of the Alps, our journey carries us south into a world where the sun sharpens the earth into jagged ridges. Here, beneath the blazing sky of the Middle East, the Nubian Ibex demonstrates a radically different expression of cliff mastery. If mountain goat climbing reveals the secret of deliberate precision, then the Nubian Ibex shows us what happens when evolution shapes an athlete built for speed, agility, and decisive movement. These desert peaks, golden, fractured, and shimmering with heat, become an arena where instinct and adaptation merge into one breathtaking performance. Unlike the icy granite of the Rocky Mountains, the desert cliffs are fragile and unpredictable. The stone crumbles under pressure, offering ledges so thin that they seem more imagined than real. Yet the Nubian Ibex dances across them with bright eyes and sure-footed grace. And in this dance, you can clearly see the physics behind how goats grip cliffs. Each movement is light, fast, and anchored by hooves that apply extraordinary pressure on tiny contact points. Its strides are short, its leaps controlled, and the moment its hoof touches stone, it creates a brief burst of stabilizing force that keeps its center of mass secure. The more you watch, the clearer it becomes why people search desperately to understand why mountain goats don't fall. Because everything about these animals seems to challenge the limits of the natural world. The Nubian Ibex does not climb slowly like its alpine cousin. Instead, it uses momentum as a tool. A short burst of acceleration presses its weight toward the cliff, increasing friction along the hoof pad. This behavior helps explain another rising topic: mountain goat physics, the study of how musculature, gravity, and posture work together to achieve impossible feats. When the Ibex changes direction mid-step, you can almost see the equations unfold in real time. It shifts its hips, draws its limbs close, and springs upward with a kind of elegance that feels choreographed. A young Ibex following its mother mirrors this movement, hesitating, adjusting, and then committing as instinct takes over. Yet the desert acrobat is only one chapter in this larger story of cliff climbing animals. High in the rugged mountains of Central Asia, the Markhor adds a new dimension to the narrative. With spiraling horns that rise dramatically from its head, the Markhor looks like a creature sculpted from folklore. Its environment is unforgiving: loose rocks, unstable ledges, sudden drops, but it moves with a grounded certainty. While it may not climb near vertical walls like the Ibex of Singino Dam, its mastery lies in its ability to navigate terrain that shifts underfoot. This is where mountain goat physics takes on a different meaning: stability through weight distribution rather than friction alone. The Markhor's horns act as counterweights, subtly shifting its balance as it climbs. Each step is measured, and its calm posture suggests a deep trust in the method taught over thousands of years of evolution. Watching a Markhor ascend at sunset is to witness a creature perfectly attuned to its landscape, a living illustration of why mountain goat climbing is not just about hooves. It's about awareness, geometry, and sensitivity to the mountain's every contour. As we move once more through the alpine world, a final climber appears: the chamois, a lightning-fast spirit of the mountains. While the chamois shares the two-layer hoof structure common across these species, its talent lies in its incredible speed. It doesn't creep along steep slopes, it races across them. In winter, when icy sheets coat the cliffs, the chamois still accelerates with remarkable control, making split-second adjustments on surfaces where nearly any other animal would slip. It is here, perhaps more than anywhere else, that you appreciate the deeper truth behind why mountain goats don't fall. Falling is rare not because the risk isn't real, but because evolution has shaped these animals into specialists of the vertical world. The chamois lands with delicate precision, pushes off again, and turns sharply, all while preserving perfect balance. This is another expression of how goats grip cliffs, through rapid, rhythmic corrections that prevent destabilization. The chamois never moves in straight lines. Its path is a fluid response to the mountain's changing shape. It is a reminder that cliff-climbing animals are not defined solely by danger or difficulty. They are defined by adaptability. Across all these species, the Nubian Ibex, the Alpine Ibex, the Markhor, the Chamois, and of course the iconic mountain goat, one theme emerges: magnificence born from necessity. Their landscapes did not offer safety or abundance. Instead, they demanded ingenuity. They forced each species to evolve hooves that can cling where logic says they shouldn't, legs that absorb impact with astonishing finesse, and minds that perceive footholds invisible to us. When we discuss mountain goat climbing, we are really exploring a story of survival elevated into something almost artistic. Even the scientific term mountain goat physics feels too small for what we witness. These animals don't simply obey physical laws. They exploit them, bend them, turn them into tools. They calculate angles instantly. They respond to shifting surfaces instinctively. They adapt in real time in ways our best climbers study, admire, and still struggle to replicate. And through their mastery, we are reminded that nature's greatest wonders often come from unexpected places. Not from roaring predators or soaring birds, but from hoofed climbers tracing elegant lines across sheer stone. So now, at the end of this journey, look back at the scenes that stayed with you. The Ibex scaling a dam wall smoother than concrete, the Nubian dancer leaping across sunlit cliffs, the chamois sprinting across ice, the Markhor rising through shifting rock. Each one illuminates the same truth. Why mountain goats don't fall is not a single answer, but a symphony of physics, adaptation, and instinct. Before we close, I'd love to hear from you. Which climber earned your admiration today? Was it the gravity-defying Ibex, the desert acrobat, the spiral horn survivor, or the alpine sprinter racing along impossible slopes? Share your thoughts below. We read every comment. And if the world of cliff-climbing animals fascinates you as much as it fascinates us, make sure you subscribe. More journeys into the hidden physics of the wild are waiting. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next impossible ascent.